Hi. Hello. It's Thursday, and I normally don't record today, but I'm in the process of doing my photography. So let me show you the setup. My fabric stash is getting way out of hand, but I don't care. Like, everybody sees it because I only have this small space to do all my arts and crafts, but it's okay. You can tell I'm crafty. I wanted to get on here real quick to let you guys know what I was doing because I'm probably going to knock most of this out tonight. And then also, um, right here, I forgot to sew in those ends. So it's a good thing that I'm doing these photos, because I need to sew those ends in. This is my handy dandy lamp. What is this called? Ring light. This is my handy dandy ring light. It's the second one I've ever had. I don't ever use this thing unless I'm recording for like my crochet tutorials, but that's barely ever, which I'm thinking about doing a crochet tutorial soon. But besides the point, we got the little fabric. I should have probably ironed it, but honestly, who cares? It kind of blends in with all the spider webs. These are my lace crochet, whatever, bandanas. That's what they're called. They're bandanas. And then underneath are my piano bench. I don't ever use my piano, so I feel like it works out. I almost knocked this down. So right here, I kind of have this sitting up here just in case some of these like fall off the ledge, so it can like kind of like not get the floor down there. And I thought that was pretty neat that I kind of figured that out. Maybe I can do it higher. No, that's too high. Right there is fine. And then back here, like I'm not going to really show you back there, but that's like, I don't know what this is called, but it's for like green screen things. And I never got around to learning how to do green screen. So it's just backdrops. Talking about the possible tutorial. So I think I do want to make the skirt. The black like sparkly yarn my husband got me on Tuesday. I'm thinking about making that into a skirt. The pleated skirt that I promised to make a tutorial of, but haven't gotten around to, that's what I want to do. So we're going to keep on doing this. I'm listening to Shadow of Intent radio right now. I think I've heard their music before, but I only just really started getting into their music, and it's exactly what I want. It's deathcore and metalcore and a bunch of all that stuff all blended together, which is one of the reasons why I like VK so much, is the high-pitched screaming. I love that shit. I don't get monetized here, so I'm gonna cuss. All right, we're working on this, listening to the radio, and then maybe I'll get back to you guys tonight. I'll show you guys progress of my cotton because I'm excited about that. Maybe later. That was a lot of work. I mean, it really wasn't that much work, but like also like kind of really, because it's not work I'm used to. But I just remembered that I wanted to work on some more Pride bandanas, so I wasn't able to finish doing all the bandana photos, but I was able to get most of my accessories photos. Like this whole entire box right here, that's all photographed. And then this whole bag right here, that has everything photographed. And then this whole stack has everything photographed, but this tiny stack right here needs to be photographed. I'm planning on making more scrunchies, so that's why I haven't taken any pictures of the scrunchies, or I will forget to do the rest of them. And then the berets. Oh yeah, there's a box down here full of berets, but I haven't done the berets yet because I have another beret sitting in the other room waiting to be photographed. And then, like I said, I was working on the Pride one, so I took them out of this pile so that I could remember that I need to take a photo of all the Pride ones. And then I have the one top that I'm going to give away, or sell rather. And then the shorts that I redid after I learned how to sew better, and now they don't fit. I think that's enough for today for photos, because I don't plan on putting this out for quite a while. I think it's just going to be like me getting prepared. I keep on saying this. I need to build my portfolio so that people can take me seriously as an artist, because I don't want to be considered just a crocheter, if that makes sense. Like, it's weird to say it because there's a lot of people out there in the crochet business just to make a quick buck. And like, while that is a great thing about art, is that you can make money off of it, I've always been on the struggling artist like brain mindset, where like you're trying to sell your art to people who actually care about your art and not just for people who want to buy like fast fashion in a kind of way. It's not for that. And I know I'm probably going to have some people that are like, oh, you don't make enough stuff, or your stuff is too expensive. But like, I don't know. I'm an artist at the end of the day. So I guess it's my goal to starve. I'm just kidding. I don't know. I'm talking out my ass right now. Anyways, I'm going to go back to crocheting for a little bit, and then I'll probably see you guys tomorrow, because I am kind of tired of talking already, so. Good morning from my plants. Isn't she pretty? I don't remember what this hibiscus plant is called, but I call it my goth hibiscus plant. She has a little bit of buds over here too. She recently got a trimming. She probably needs another one, but I didn't want to cut her because look how pretty she is. I want to get her in a bigger area, like outside, but like she keeps on getting ran over, so she's sitting in this pot for now. Oh, so gorgeous. Here's some of my cotton plants. 1, 2. These ones are the sample B, the one where I like let sit in a paper towel to germinate. Over here we have sample A, the ones that I followed the bag instructions to let germinate. This one's finally growing. I think this one actually had like 2 or 3 seeds in it. One of them had 2 seeds, one of them had 3 seeds, and only one sprouted out of the 2 of them. So I think I'm going to have to keep on doing the paper towel method because this one did really well. I think this one is going to be the only seed that comes out, so it's fine. Over here we have some jalapeno seeds planted. I don't know if it's actually jalapeno, but there's seeds in there and hopefully it'll grow. Who knows? I need to move the pot into the sunlight, but good morning. We have Infinity working again. Infinity Nikki time. Look. And like you could the electro swing. Are you kidding me? This is the best time to get back into Infinity Nikki. My husband and I, we were talking about how like my PC doesn't run anything. I don't remember what I was doing. I think I was upset about something, like because I've been working really hard on the pattern making and all that, and one of the reasons why I got a lot of that done was because I didn't have any games to distract me, because my PC doesn't run any of the games I hyperfixate on except for RimWorld and Minecraft. And Minecraft, you have to be super hands-on with. Like, you can't just, I mean, you can, but you have to build it first. You can't just sit by and idle and gain a bunch of material. Because, like, with the idling and standing by and gaining a bunch of material, I'm not a redstoner. I'm never going to get to that level where I can just do a little idle farm or anything. You can with RimWorld, but, like, RimWorld is only exciting for, like, a few weeks, and then I want to move back to one of my other hyperfixation games, you know? I mean, Infinity Nikki is one of those that you're super hands-on with, but it's fashion. And fashion is... I don't think that fashion is a special interest of mine. I am very knowledgeable about fashion because I've admired fashion since I was like, I don't know, 12? I know I've said this before, but in Infinity Nikki, a lot of the designers for the clothing are fashion designers, which is incredible that they actually use real game designers to do this, like, or fashion designers to do this. Like, it deserves that kind of love, and that's what makes me love Infinity Nikki so much. I would love to cosplay one of her outfits, and like, it's super easy. All you have to do is like do the pink hair, because like it's kind of like Hatsune Miku and how she has like her whole entire megaverse right now. You do the pink hair and then you just wear whatever. My husband did a Hatsune Miku cosplay for MegaCon, and all he did was like do a RuneScape bot. Like, he just put a wig on his RuneScape bot, and like there was recently that Hatsune Miku competition in Chicago. I don't know where it was. A fursuit won, which is amazing. It's incredible that that fursuit won. I'm so grateful that there's communities that don't bully people away from their hobbies. Like, it's so sweet. But I'm so excited. I still have Infinity Nikki downloaded on this phone. I just don't ever use it because I don't like playing like the actual game, overworld game, with my phone, because there's no controller and it's so much harder to move and navigate, and like my phone heats up really fast. I remember back in the day we used to have like this controller that you could Bluetooth to your phone, but I don't want to do all that work. That's just too much work. I use my phone way too much anyways, so I kind of want to like not be that dependent on my phone. I'm gonna play Infinity Nikki for a little bit while working up a Bai flag bandana. I've got how many? I got a pan, I have a trans, and then I have the generic rainbow all worked up. So this one would probably be my last one. I have ace ones and I have a lesbian one, but they're already in the pile that I've made prior to buying these yarns. With the ace yarn I have right now, I think I might make scarves out of them. I'm not sure. I don't want to keep on making bandanas because I'm kind of bored of making bandanas. This will be my last bandana for a little while. So, Infinity Nikki time! Did I ever explain what was wrong with my PC? It's my RAM sticks. I only had 8 gigs of RAM, so now I have 32. I think that's how they measure it. I was running at the lowest memory possible, and it's no wonder why nothing worked. I should be able to play this. I might get into Baldur's Gate now because I've wanted to for a while, but I forgot I had a cloak on Momo. Oh, I'm so excited! They added 3 more slots for outfits. I've been out of the game for a while, so I don't know when they did this update, but there's 3 new slots, and I missed my opportunity to take a photo, but it was raining, and so I was collecting rainy orchids or whatever, because those are a little bit more rare. I'm so happy to be back in the game. It was a hyperfixation for a while, and it probably will be again until I feel a little bit more like productive. Speaking of, I'm probably going to work on sewing sometime this week because anytime I play Infinity Nikki, I feel more obliged to sew. Like, I do the crochet while I'm in like the talking scenes. And the thing with Infinity Nikki is that they have enough like updates where you do have to go and do talking scenes, and then you can hit the manual button or whatever, the auto dialogue button, and while you're listening to the dialogue or whatever, you can just work on small little projects, and that's kind of like fun to me because like I feel bad that all I've been doing is crochet because I'm actually like I'm an okay sewist, and I've missed the sewing room quite a bit, but I haven't been wanting to be in there because there's just so much going on, especially with crochet. But I think because Infinity Nikki is working again for me, like the lag is gone. It's almost completely gone. I need to update the settings a little bit more because I want the render. Is it render or texture? I want to get all the pretty scenery and all the flowers. That's so good. Like, it barely stutters at all. Like, it was unplayable before because I was only on 8 gigs of RAM memory. And now that I'm on 32, I can kind of update it a little bit. I'm still going to keep a couple of them low so I'm not taking up too much space, but I'm going to play dress up like all day today. I was actually going to dress up today and like do an outfit of the day thing, but like I haven't been inspired to wear anything new. Well, I mean, not new. Like, that's the thing with fashion. Like, you can't like expect to wear anything new every single week. You shouldn't expect it because like that's expensive and it's so wasteful. And I used to be able to like make a new outfit about once every week and a half. Not an outfit, but a new clothing item. And I'm trying to not be as wasteful in that aspect. I think one of the reasons why I stopped sewing for a little bit is because I was working on building up a capsule wardrobe. And to be honest, it's kind of boring working on a capsule wardrobe because there's like not much. It's hard to say. I like fun, funky designs, but like I like to be able to match it with other clothes I have in my closet. I think that's another reason why I haven't gotten around to doing the pinafore. Thank you to the commenter who reminded me of the word pinafore, because for some reason my brain just didn't remember it, even though I've said it like a million times in my life. But I've been putting off doing the pinafore for a while because to me it's a little bit boring just because it's just black. That's the goal. I don't think I'm going to do the little pocket thing. I thought that would be cool, but maybe if I do it, it will be like snap buttons so I can like make it interchangeable. That might be an idea. But as of now, I think I just want to go for a plain black pinafore. So that 1980s pattern that I bought from Joanne, the Kissimmee Joanne, I plan on using that for a Halloween or halfway to Halloween outfit or dress. Yeah, that's coming up in the works too. I just got to cut out the pattern, which right now my sewing room is so messy. And that's another reason why I don't want to go in there, is because like I have all the crochet stuff out for pictures and all that. I think I might move my backdrop somewhere else and figure something else for that. Maybe I'll move it into my kitchen or something, or the dining room area. I just don't like what's going on with it right now. So yeah, I might do that. This week is exciting. I'm so excited. Just won a style challenge with this fit. It goes so hard. finished all my pride bandanas. So here's the pan one. Here is the trans one. Here is the generic rainbow one. And then here is the bi one. Whew. So I'm going to take a break from the bandana making because, like I said, I'm getting bored of bandana making. However, I want to get back into like my self clothes making. I don't have a pattern that I want to follow right now because I'm busy like playing Infinity Nikki and all my patterns are on here. I do have like a lace pattern I could follow through my phone, but I really don't want to use my phone. I don't feel like sewing this in yet. So I am going to go grab my black yarn. I think I want to start working on the nighttime version of the Cirrostratus top because that's going to be like my example piece. From the last pattern testing that I did, I learned a lot. I learned that I need to take a lot more pictures and like the process of. I thought I had done quite a bit, especially with like the gauge swatch, but I think it needed a little bit extra, especially with like the stitching everything up. That being said, with stitching everything up, I think I'm going to like say it's optional to do mattress stitch. And then I had to figure out like the straps. The straps, I just kind of like crocheted them onto the top because you're not going to be able to see the inside of the seam anyways. And then on top of that, like the only mattress stitch I really did was like the lace and the sides up. But honestly, the sides up don't need to be mattress stitched. I think it's just the lace that needs to be mattress stitched. And then, yeah, that's basically all. So I'm going to go grab my black bamboo yarn and get started on that. Speaking of, I also did, I'm always like, and actually, I also worked on the moon and star bandana that I've been meaning to do for a while. I don't think I got good video, so I have one more that I can make video out of, or two more actually. I don't think I want to do like the stitches around the bandana, to be honest, because it's just like, it's tedious and I don't think anybody needs to know how to do all that. I think they can figure it out. I might do pictures actually. I'll do photos and then I'll do a video for how I attached the little string. Actually, let me go grab it so I can explain what I'm talking about because y'all probably have no reference what I'm talking about. All right, so this is the one I finished last night. So these are just foundation stitches and then at the end I kind of just joined the stitches and then I came off of the foundation and then made more foundation. It's really hard to explain what I did. So I am putting it in video form. And I'm probably going to post it on my main TikTok and not my my shop TikTok. I might do one for attaching these on the shop TikTok, but it's just going to be pictures. I don't know. I had to redo this many times because I couldn't remember how I did it. I looked at the reference piece, which is the one that I wear, and then I kept on messing up. So that's why I'm not sure if I want to put it on TikTok for like how to do the little, they're not shell stitches. They're just 2 double crochet, chain 2, 2 double crochet, and then skip 3 or 4, depending on where you are on the square. So like in the beginning, you start with in the corner and then you just like chain 2, double crochet 2, chain 2, double crochet 2, all into the same like space. And then you skip 3 or 4, depending on how you count it. But I think it's 4. Skip 4, then do the 2 double crochet, chain 2, 2 double crochet in the same stitch, skip 3, 4, so on, so forth, and then all the way up until the chain. The last one is only going to be like a skip 3. So yeah, it's not hard to explain. It's just like, it doesn't really make sense, but I probably should block it, but I don't want to. But I definitely need to sew in the ends because they look bad. So this is in my pile of sew in these ends pile. I am taking a break from Infinity Nikki because although it's a phenomenal game and it's a lot to take in again because I took a really long break, and on top of that, it's very hands-on and I don't want to be super hands-on right now. I kind of like want to be working in the background. I am starting on the dark version, the nighttime version of the Cirrostratus top, and I do have some yarn for the pastel version, the Yume Kawaii version. I'm definitely going to have to buy more of this yarn, which is fine because I love working with bamboo yarns. I thought I was going to work with them in cotton, but I do quite like bamboo. It's a little bit less taxing on my hand. So I think I'm starting to grow sensory issues to working with cotton yarns, which is such a shame because I'm growing my own cotton right now. Oh, but I think it's just that I've been working with it a lot lately. So I've been having to take breaks by working with acrylic and then going to the bamboo and all that jazz. And even then, it's just like, dang, maybe I've just been crocheting too much. I hate that for me. So what we're going to need for this pattern so far, as I've measured, is the full bust or chest, because I'm not sure if they're going to be more androgynous people wearing this. We also needed the neck to waist measurement, and I haven't gotten to this part yet, but the sleeves measurement, I'm going to have to figure out how to do the rounded sleeves. Probably what I'm going to do is armhole depth for that one again. And then I can't find a standard sizing for this one, but when you do the off shoulder thing, it's hard because like, how am I supposed to showcase standard sizing when there is no standard sizing measurement and all that? So I need to ask some of my friends if they were to make this pattern, how they would do it. Sorry, I need to like finish a thought before I start the next one, but you know, ADHD teens. I can't find a standard way to measure around your shoulders. When I did the lace, what I did was I took like a foundation crochet like base, measured it around myself, and then kind of was just like, okay, that's it. And then realized it was too small, so I ended up having to do another one. So you had to make that one twice. This is going to be tough. I gotta figure out how to properly measure that. I find stuff around here, and it says that it is a measurement. Like, I found a couple of charts on Google, and it is a standard measurement, but nobody has like the standard sizing. Maybe I gotta look up standard sizing. That might help. But anyways, that's what we're working on right now. I'm probably going to be able to finish maybe one panel this week, and that's about it because I'm probably going to get bored of it. It's just a whole bunch of half double crochets, so the base part of this pattern is very tedious and boring. But when we get to the lace, that's when the action happens, you know? So that search result yielded me nothing. Everything is like personal measurements. So I do plan when I do release this pattern to make the zine about the lace. So maybe in the lace one, I'll just like show how to do it so that if somebody like is making them for other people, like this thing won't be able, I don't know if it's going to be marketable. That's the thing. Like you have to have personal people to do it for you. That's why I need to reach out to my friends. Okay. This is why friends are important. You can make them something in return for their measurements. I got to find some of my local friends who would be willing to wear something like this and see if they'd be okay with it. And if not, let me like borrow their body. It's so weird because like when you're in fashion, like you're more aware of your body and dimensions and all that, and you want to like be able to size everything. But like when you're not into fashion, it might be a little bit of an awkward question to ask. So this is going to be a social thing too. Oh God. If anybody tells you that being into fashion and being a spinster isn't social and it's a lonely task, it's not. You're talking to a lot of people. You're communicating a lot. You're collaborating a lot. All right. I got to keep that in mind once this starts getting rolling. But for sure, the zine is going to be about the lace and how to like read the chart. I'm not following exactly the chart, but I'll have the example of the chart and then where I skipped some of the pattern and modified it for myself. And then I will like show how I measured around my shoulders so that when they get to the paid for pattern, we'll see how I feel. I definitely want to make the lace, the free zine. I'm tired of doing this, Grandpa. It's a whole bunch of half double crochet. I'm at 14 rows, which is about a little bit over a quarter of the way. Did I just say that? I probably did. I'm tired. I'm taking a break from this. I want to start working on making the defrosting skelly shrug, but to put in my shop. I have this white yarn. I showed y'all. Did I show you? Yeah, I showed you guys last week, but I have a pound of the Big Twist Value white yarn. It's kind of off-white, but like most people won't be looking that hard at it. And then I have 2 skeins of the regular big twist yarn. Hopefully y'all could hear that. Sorry. I move a lot when I talk. I just move a lot in general. It's just who I am. So one of the pattern testers, Pink Gibberish, she suggested doing like floating ends. And I talked a little bit about this before the pattern came out, but she suggested that. And I'm like, dang, I wanted to do that, but I didn't have enough yarn to do that. And I didn't realize how many skeins of yarn I needed. So maybe I should buy more skeins. No, I do not need more yarn. No, I do not. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to have one side with black, one side with black. And then with the white, I'll pull from the end and pull from the middle so that like I can float the yarn up and I don't have to do as much cutting because that was very tedious and that really slowed down the progress. So I'm going to start making the shrug so I can start filling up my shop. Yay. By the way, I forgot to mention the suggestion that Pink Gibberish made. Unfortunately, didn't make it into the pattern because I didn't have enough yarn for me to do floating edges. So if you are watching this and you've bought the pattern, just know that is an option and it's probably the safest option if you are making this for market, just so that the ends aren't all everywhere and it's not as much sewing in. I mean, it's not sewing in at all until you start like sewing in the seams and all that. So I wish I had enough yarn to do that, but I will keep that in mind. Next time I make a pattern and it's a color changing pattern, like as often as that, I need to make sure I have enough yarn to do something like that. So that's a great lesson to learn. And that's why I'm using that pattern right now. I'm starting with extra small, and I'm also doing like kind of a video of how much of these I can make with the 3 skeins of yarn that I have. I do have another skein of black yarn, but it is loops and threads. So I might cheat a little bit by using that as like the seam thread, whatever. But yeah, that's kind of the plan right now. But this is the extra small, and I will be working my way up. I might skip over medium just because I already have medium in a different color. But, well, medium and large are very similar. Extra large 2X, those ones are also similar. It's just the number of rows for the armhole. I'll look into semantics later. Bruh. I already forgot that I wasn't going to cut the ends. So my first row, I cut the end. So I'll have to make sure that one's extra secure. What I think I might do is like, I might go back in and I'll like tie a little knot and then I'll sew it back in just because like, I want to make sure this stays together. I don't want anybody like purchasing it and then going home, throwing it in the wash because I think this is machine washable. Let me double check. So it's machine washable, but it says do not tumble dry. So you can't stick it in the dryer. But I feel like I stick my stuff in the dryer all the time. It's just plastic. I don't know. Don't take my word for it. Don't listen to me. A lot of times I do rewear my clothes. You shouldn't be washing your clothes every single time you wear them. 1, it saves you money. And 2, it protects your clothes because there's a lot of chemicals in the washing machine, like liquid stuff of all that. It's kind of harmful to your clothes. There's a creator on TikTok, Jade, I don't remember. She talks about like how to wash your clothes properly to ensure its longevity. I made a mistake. So whoever purchases this, I'm sorry. I'm going to try my best to make sure that none of the ends like stick out or anything. I absolutely am doing something wrong. So I'm just going to nix the floating edges thing. I think maybe I am overcomplicating it. So everybody's going to get some with the edges or the tails kind of like sewn in. Have a mess around me. Like there's yarn there. Excuse the way I sit. I'm just neurodiverse. And then I have this, and then I have that. I don't really want to show you guys more of my desk. It's embarrassing, but there's a mess everywhere. So I'm just going to go back to what I normally was doing where I cut on the tails and then go back because I think I'm confusing myself. So I got 2 bodice pieces done. I think the plan is to at least get 1 made a week. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 sizes. Maybe I need to do 2 a week. No, I'm just going to do 1. That's 1 is enough. But I want to make sure that I can build up my stock. Because this one's extra small, I'm going to do the next size being probably the medium, and then the next size being extra large, and then the next size being 3X, because I want to make sure like I kind of have a range, but I also want to make sure that I have enough time for if I want to make it out to market, then I have these items. I'll fill in the gaps here and there if I have time, but I want to try, really try to start making. I just realized how much I love this colorway. I mean, I knew I was going to love it, but like, it's cute. Anyways, I wanted to try really hard to get out to market this year. I'm nervous because June is the market for Prometheus Esoterica, and I feel like I should probably not try to make the pattern release until maybe July. Like, the more I think about it, the more I'm like, I'm going to stretch myself thin. I'm going to burn myself out, and I'm probably going to like miss the show entirely because of how burnt out I am. I think I want to just focus on market building. That way I can make it out there. And honestly, it's not the worst thing if I don't make it out to market, because then I can actually enjoy the market and like purchase stuff on my own and then just throw everything online. The issue is with online though. I know I need to have a PO box, which costs money. I know I need to know about shipping fees, which costs money. And I know I need to do all these things, and all these things cost money, you know? And I'd rather like try to make it into a market so that I can like serve my local community. Why do I keep on going on tangents? I don't know. Maybe I'm just bored. So it's warm in this house. I need to take a little bit of a break. Guys, I don't know how to keep a conversation going. It's so embarrassing. Like, I want to be friends with people, but I don't know how to talk to people outside of like the subjects I know about them. And I don't know how to like ask them about the weather because I don't know how to do that. I want to make friends and stop being so weird about it and like ask legitimate like friendship questions, like get to know people instead of like hoping they info dump on me. Hi, we are in my sewing room because I decided I want to make something for myself. I wanted to do like a little pinafore JSK thing in black. And fun story, I don't have enough black fabric to do it. So we're going lime green, and we're going to just decorate it to make me feel better about it. I'm going to use some of the leftover fabric. Okay, so let me reiterate. I have enough black fabric, but none of it's the same. I have like a thick linen, and then I have a viscous linen, and then I have Kona cotton, and then I have bed sheet, and then I also have like the cheapest black fabric you can find on the shelf. I need to film this for TikTok. I don't know. At this point, my TikTok, I don't know if I want to do it. But like, also, it's my way of sharing music. So what do I want? Video, sewing, video. We got the skirt cut out, and then we have the bodice pieces cut out. So the plan is get the bodice pieces, the darts in tonight, maybe attach the bodice pieces today, and then maybe get the skirt sewed up today. I mean, it's a little bit past midnight, and I work at 1, so maybe not. But at least get the darts started. And then after I get this all put together, I'm going to add some black accents to it. So specifically, I think this one's the front piece. No, this is the back piece. So this is the front piece, right? Front. So I want to put, I think this is on the fold. Yeah, because I want that upside down cross motif that I've been talking about for like months, it feels like. I'm going to put like an upside down cross right here. I think I want to add pockets down here, but it's all going to be in black because I have tons of black thread. What's this called? Fabric. I have tons of black fabric, and there's more black fabric in there, and then I have some more black fabric up there. So I'm going to add pockets to this one, more like fun, fancy things. And maybe if I get around to it, I'll add like a little like loop for like, I don't know, like in trip pants, you know? Maybe I'll do that. I don't know. Hello, sir. You are going to sit on my project, aren't you? Hello. Hi, good morning. It's a work day, so I am out on the porch real quick, letting the dogs out and checking up on my little cotton plants, and they're doing so well. I'm so excited. I had this thought while I was in the shower. I got to pinning down the what are they called? Darts. And then I also got around to putting the sewing machine like the right way it should be. I didn't take a little fabric down that I was using for like my overhead shots because like I plan on doing more overhead shots soon. But the plan is I think I have enough bias tape to bias tape around like the skirt hem and then bias tape around the top of the bodice. Maybe get into making slime shaped lining, whatever. That seems like a lot of work, so I probably won't do that. However, instead of crosses, I might do stars or hearts because I have a lot of cookie cutters that I've collected over the years of being into baking and every now and then wanting to bake. And then, so I have those hearts. So I'm going to do like heart or star, big heart or star in the middle, little heart or star on the end. And then because I am planning on making that one skirt as a tutorial, I think I'm going to make the belt like first. I mean, I am because that's just the way that skirt works up. But I will make not two, but I will make one belt by itself using the, what is it called? The waist. I think that's what it's called. God, anytime I switch between crochet and sewing, I just forget all the words that are like part of those crafts. But anyways, I'm going to use the waist and then add like the little strings to tie it. But like I was going to do for the cloud top, instead of doing, well, I mean, no, instead, I'm going to do that with this little belt thing. So I'm going to have a lot of black accentuating the piece so that it's not like super overwhelmingly lime green, because right now it's just too lime green. It's too loud. And I need a little bit of darker colors to like, I don't know, soften the look, I guess, to be more my style. Right now, the lime green is just lime green and I just don't like it. So yeah, that's the plan. I'm going to go get my makeup ready. I just do eyeshadow and then I'm going to go to work. And then when I come back, I'm probably going to at least get the bodice sewn together. For sure the darts, because I'm off at 7:30, but I'm going to ask to stay until 9:30 because it's only a 6-hour shift and I don't like that. So yeah, let's go. I don't have the mic right now, but hold on. I am watching a video from Spookella, and I'm a little bit sad I'm missing out on it this year. I just don't have the funds to do it, and it's just like, it's very far away. Not very far away, it's in Tampa right now. If I go, I want to support the small artists. Like, I have to pick one or the other. One, I stay home, save money, or two, I go out, spend all the money I have, and not be able to create art myself. I'm a little bit sad that I'm not going because it was one of the first like out of the house things I ever did on this channel, besides the ones that are hidden and unlisted. We're not going to talk about those ones because that was pre-ADHD diagnosis and I was absolutely masking and it's so freaking cringe. I don't want people to see that. The person I'm watching is at a panel and I am openly against our governor. And this guy comes in and he's like, there's so many more people here than the last time I came. And it's because you guys have a great governor, right? And only one person was like, yeah. And everybody else was just like, ugh. But like, I would have been the one that was like, boo. But like, okay, so the thing is, when I went to Spookella last year, one of my biggest issues was the fact that it was just so freaking loud in there because they have the booths in the same location as their panelists. And it's really like not fun to be in that kind of environment as an autistic person. One, it's just so freaking loud. If you are neurotypical, I still feel like it's not a good environment to be in. I don't know how the host feels about this guy. Basically, they mentioned that the panelists is like interrupting conversations, which they're really not. They're just like talking and it's just really loud. And they're like, oh, the booth owners and the small shop owners, they must love it because now they're stuck listening to me. And it's like, yep, that's what it feels like. We're stuck listening to you and your terrible takes on our government. You don't even live here and you don't understand what the fuck is going on down here. Our state is getting rid of child labor laws. Our state is getting rid of our natural preserves. Our state is making way for all these million billionaires while we poor people can't even afford to go to work. Like, you want us to, oh, I'm gonna get so heated about this, but like, they want us to work all their tourism, their little fun little shopping pleasure jobs and not give us money to live. Like, are you fucking kidding me? Ugh, I hate when people who don't live in this state, who don't work bottom level, talk about our country our governor in the state of Florida positively and not see what's been happening down here as a poor person. Like, they don't get it. They just see, oh, I have a chance to become a billionaire. For some people. Oh, I am a billionaire. Oh, I am a millionaire. I can just... the state used to be so pretty. This state used to be so, like, livable. We can't go anywhere right now. Our traffic sucks because our government won't let us have public transportation, on top of not letting us have public transportation. When we had the chance to have public transportation, and we voted on it, it was shot down because, oh, it's not going to give enough money to the governor. I am so sick of people who don't understand what it's like to actually live in Florida. Ugh!
Her portrayal of Japanese people and of Japanese women in particular is the most widespread portrayal that a lot of her listeners and people in her audience received. So, for example, as like a white tween girl growing up in suburban Ohio, I was not exposed to authentic, respectful portrayals of Japanese culture that were made by Japanese people as much as I was exposed to what Gwen Stefani was doing and how Gwen Stefani was portraying Japanese people.
Hi, good afternoon. It is actually afternoon, and I did this right this time. I didn't say good morning because I've been awake since like 9 something because one of my dogs, like, he rang the bell. Apollo, yeah, he rang the bell to go outside. This morning, we received a box from Herrschners, so I'll show you guys that, but I want to give you guys an update of how far I've come along with this. So I was able to get all the darts done, and then I was also able to get the bodice all sewn up, and then I was also able to get the skirt all sewn up. So now I have to sew these two together, and then add the bias tape and get the zipper on there, and I've also gotten the little straps done. So with the straps, I think what I'm going to end up doing is, like, I might do cross back in the back. That way it kind of shortens the length. And then for up here, I don't know if I still want to add a star or a button. I might do both. I really, really want the stars somewhere. I think the way that this sits is kind of like this little thing. Oh, that's so boring right now. But it sits like this. So if I put a star here and then just do it like a pocket or something, or maybe I just do a big star. Now that the more I think about it, I don't think I could do like 3 stars because the way this sits, it sits under the pits. So star, star, star. I think that might be the call. Who knows? But I'm going to add for sure bias tape right here. So that's why I haven't done the straps yet. And then we're doing bias tape down here on the bottom of the skirt. Did I talk about how, yeah, I talked about how I want to do a belt for like the crochet belt and then add stars. I've officially said I want to do stars because I also have all that purple fabric. Let me go grab it real quick. I have a bunch of this fabric and I kind of like have been really interested in the square skirt thing that a lot of people do. And it gives like a really fun hemline where like it just kind of like, it's like hem, like it's a pointy hemline. And I think that would be really nice as like an overskirt thing because I've been into overskirts a lot lately and I know that's not very 1940s on me, but also like, have I done 1940s stuff in a while? No, I just do my hair. Most of my sewing patterns are 1940s or 1940s inspired. However, I haven't really been doing 1940s in general, so I kind of feel bad because I still do really appreciate the 1940s silhouette. That's my favorite silhouette of all time. But I don't know. Like, I feel like so confined doing the 1940s stuff, even though I'm very greatly inspired by it. I'll probably get back to it soon. Who knows? I'm kind of out of my sailor outfit phase, which sucks because like I have so many sailor outfit patterns in there. I think it's mostly the fact that I don't want to do it. It's a lot of work and like I just don't want to do all that work. So anyways, let me go grab the box and cut it open so that I can show y'all everything I got from Herrschners real quick. Here's the box. It's pretty heavy. I'm pretty sure this is the Herrschners order. I don't think I ordered anything else. So I'm going to use my little scissors because these are just my thread cutting scissors and my sometimes crochet scissors and whatever I feel like using scissors. I probably used it on my hair at one point, but oh gosh, I need a better scissors method. I do have box cutters, but I don't want to grab those. Those are in the other room, which is only like 3 steps away. But I still don't want to grab those. All right. Ooh. Ooh, they gave me like a little, brochure. Look at that. That's so nice. Whoa. I wonder if it's because it's my first time ordering. Big spring sale. Oh, look. That's so cute. Hold on. I'm going to look through this real quick because that's always what end up happening every time I order stuff. I don't know. I love magazines. Like, I know they're ads, and like I've said this before, I don't mind ads as long as they're not like super interruptive and they kind of like fall into my like whatever I'm interested in. I don't know. There's just something about ad space that used to be super creative, especially in the 90s. The older we get, the less creative they are, and they've kind of like outsourced ads to influencers. And I'm not going to lie, a lot of influencers shouldn't be doing ads. They're not good at them. And the only reason why they're able to sell products is because people like them. They used to be so creative. There used to be an art to ads. But I digress. I'm going to look through this real quick and then I'll show you the yarn. This says Kids Corner, but I'm very interested in it. And with like the Renaissance fairs, medieval core, I don't know what the genre is called, but that's really popular right now. And I think this would be really like good for people who are into that right now. That aesthetic. Like, look at the little unicorns. They're so cute. There's so much cross stitch in here and it's very inspiring. I've wanted to get into cross stitch before, but I'm just like, it's a lot of work. I've really been enjoying the process of doing things lately. And I think that's how you get to become a better designer. I talked about this in my tester pattern group chat because they were still all kind of like, not all of us, but some of us are still like communicative with each other. And like, I think I could make good friends out of the pattern testers group because some of them are really, really nice and very like informative and like very helpful. And one of them was asking like if they should start selling like the little crochet bralettes now. I think she's somewhere in the north where it's still very cold. And me and a couple of the other friends in the group were like, yeah, go ahead, definitely do that. Because if you do that, then like it'll give people time to like think about it and purchase it. And I, being a Floridian, was like, hey, so it's basically already summer down here. Like the only difference is that it's windy and not as rainy. So I think that would be a really good idea to start putting it on your shop so people like have time to think about it. And then she was like, well, I've also been thinking about adding accessories to it. And like everybody was like, yes, do it. And like my comment was something along the lines of, absolutely, one of the best things about fashion is adding accessories into it because like it makes you a little bit unique. And I love accessorizing something basic, boring, capsule wardrobe and making it my own. That's the point of capsule wardrobes, is like having a base. Like one of my capsule wardrobe items is using color, but also using a silhouette. I've wanted to make aprons for a while and to sell aprons, sewing aprons, or sewn aprons, not sewing. I mean, I could add pockets so that you can add like little tools in there, but that's besides the point. Getting into cross stitch or like embroidery, the goal was to get into embroidery, but at this point, I don't know if I have the mental strength to do it. But one day, that is a goal of mine, to get into cross stitch / embroidery and then like embellish on the basic patterns that I have, because I have a bunch of patterns in here and they're all basically basic. They could all be used as core wardrobe items. And then eventually I can become better and sell those off. But right now I'm just not too confident in my sewing skills. That's what I'm doing with this, is that I'm adding like little embellishments here and there, like with the stars, with the crochet. I'm not doing embroidery because that's hard. That's for in the future, but yeah, I wanted to show that off. And then also this next page has dragons, and I know dragons are really popular. So, yeah, I'm going to keep on looking. I'm like halfway, not even halfway through this magazine. I shouldn't have stopped recording because the very next, well, not the very next page, but the page after that, it says nursery sets. That could absolutely pass as Yume Kawaii. Like, maybe not the bear, but everything else, basically. Look how stinking cute that is. Oh my gosh. Okay, so it's a nursery set is what it says. But you can buy the quilt kit, bibs kit. Ooh, I'd probably buy the bibs kit because the bib has one right down here. I would love to use that. Oh, that's so stinking cute. And then the birth record kit. I don't know what that means because I don't have kids. and I don't ever plan on it. So that's so stinking cute. And then there's like the mushrooms for everybody that's into like not goblin core. I can't remember what it's called. Cottage core maybe. I think mushrooms are popular in cottage core. Oh, and then look. Okay, maybe I'm definitely entering my granny era, which like I've already dressed in the granny era, so I think my hobbies are finally catching up. Oh, I can't get into cross stitch right now. I cannot. They also have like dresser scarves or pillowcase pairs is what they're saying. The October one. I certainly will be buying from them in October. I believe it's Alt Nuts that was talking about this, but Herrschners is like very Halloween heavy is what they were saying. Maybe it was that specific store. But oh my god, like imagine that on an apron. Or at least like the little trees. Oh my god. Okay, I could use the trees as like a hemline. Okay, I'm going to get into cross stitch. Not anytime soon. I say that. I think I'm going to get into it this year. Oh my gosh. And like the thing is, I've lately been purchasing a lot of just plain cottons. So like Kona cotton is like my favorite. It's super durable, very like it's kind of heavy, and you absolutely have to like iron it down every time you wear it. However, it's one of those like I can rely on it and not have to worry about deviation. And they have multiple colors. Like that's my favorite part about it. And I think that would be super neat to get some like maybe white fabric or even like orange fabric. Oh, imagine that could be my Halloween outfit this year. Oh, dang it. I was going to work on, I don't know if I have time to work on a Halloween thing. Because like right now with crochet, I'm taking a break from like personalizing crochet. The only time I work on crochet is like when I'm at my desk, which is like almost all the time. Right now, I'm just really working on building up my market stall stuff if I do get accepted. And so that kind of leads me to being not feeling creative at all. And that's why I'm in the sewing room. I want to work on my Halloween project. I don't think this will be my Halloween project. This is just a personal project that I like having because I haven't sewn in a while and I just needed a break from crochet. But I do want to make a Halloween project soon. Fingers crossed I'll get to it. I don't trust myself, but fingers crossed. I think it's very cute that they still have mail-in orders. I haven't seen that in years. So here's the little mail-in like package right here. Also, they have like little labels, which I might do eventually. I don't know if I want to do it anytime soon, but I think that's really cute. I'd probably do it for just my own designs. Although, like, it'd be nice to have it in like my berets and my bandanas, but like the berets and bandanas, that'd be too much. Unless it's like a personal, like my own pattern. So like some of my lace bandanas, maybe I'll do that. And maybe some of my striped bandanas, I'll do that. But everything else is not my own pattern. So I feel kind of weird doing that. With my tops that I do plan on selling, so I reconsidered what I want to do. So I want to do an extra small. I want to do a medium. I want to do a 2X. And I want to do a 4X because those all have different like bodice lengths bodice lengths. And because of that, like I feel like that's more versatile than just changing and like doing different arm lengths. And if anybody needs like a personalized one, then they can reach out to me and like maybe do custom orders. I think I will only accept custom orders at a market because Etsy kind of terrifies me. And I just don't want to go through the mess of like having somebody do a down payment and not actually purchasing it. I've talked to a couple of my friends who said like they used to do that and then it just became a mess. So like I said, if somebody wants me to customize for them, they'll have to make a down payment at my booth and then I can work with them. I think I want to get some of these. They said allow 4 to 6 weeks, so it's not going to come in time, but that'd be so neat, wouldn't it? One day I'll get there, but for my first market, I just don't think I'll get there. Oh, I'm so excited. There's so many like things going on in my brain right now. There's so much cross stitch in here, and I'm just gonna keep on talking and talking, whatever. I'm just gonna keep on talking. Daylight sewing machine lamp. That's pretty nice. $50. Ooh, oh, that would be so nice. This little table thing. I don't know if that's what's on sale or if it's, I think it's just a lamp, but that's nice too. Actually, that'd be really nice for like vlogging, not vlogging, but like recording what I'm doing on the table because, you know, I kind of have struggled with recording lately because I'm like sitting here, like the lamp's right here, like this lamp right here, that one. It's sitting like right here and I have to like sit like awkwardly. It's so awkward and I don't like the way I'm doing it. However, I don't have any other choice at this point, but one day I'll get there. I'll get more advanced one day. Well, that was exciting. I am so lame for enjoying ads like that and being targeted by those ads. But like I said, I unironically love ads that are like informative and crafty ads. Like, I don't know. Do you guys remember the Queasy Bake Oven? That was specifically targeted at me when I was a kid. I love baking. Well, I didn't bake a lot as a kid, but it was something I was really interested in. I was just too scared to do it as a kid. But that was something I always wanted to do. And it was spooky. Like, that ad, like, a lot of it, like, sits in my brain actively because even the music was good for it. The aesthetics, the visuals of it, so good. And like, this is just a simple little ad, and they have so many tissue boxes. Oh my gosh! Let me. I don't know if there's any tissue. No, there's no tissue boxes on this. But if you're into like decorative tissue boxes, that's a thing. They have like little kits, and that'd be so fun. But we're on to the yarn now. I'm looking at it, and I'm so excited. There's so much yarn in it. All right. So the first one is going to be like a neon night light one. Oh, let me find my UV light. Maybe, I don't know if it like glows in the dark. Does it? Does it even say anything about it? I doubt it. But yeah, Proton Purple is its name. Let me go find my neon light to see if it works. I'm gonna bring y'all to like a darker room. Well, maybe just the hallway. It's not super dark, but at least it's something. But let's look at this. Don't look at my feet. It kind of glows. Maybe it's just too direct. I don't know. Maybe it's not dark enough. Let me find somewhere else. Actually, the bathroom is pretty, like, not lit up. The only thing that's lit up in here is my little Cupid one. It's so cute. Like, look. So cute. And it smells nice in here. Let me shine the light on this. It doesn't give the light. That's okay. Anyways, let's just get back to everything I bought. So that's the Proton Purple. The next one is going to be this blue, which is called Brilliant Blue. I really like this color of blue. It's so bright. And what's the contents of it? So it's 100% acrylic. It feels okay. It doesn't feel like Red Heart that much. It's kind of like fuzzy. So it's not super bad. Oh, and also they have the easy start thing, which I love. This is going to be exciting to work with. Machine wash and dry. Good to know. Then my last part of the neons is going to be this one. This one does feel a little bit rougher than the last two, but this one's called Electrify. I love all of these colors in here, and I don't know what I want to make out of it yet, but I'm excited to use something for this. Maybe I'll probably make one of the tops, but I'm so tired of working on it. I'm not tired of it. I just, right now it just feels like a job because I'm trying to build up my market supply. So I don't want to work on that right now. But I just don't know what I want to make. Maybe like a shawl. I feel like the yarn, well, it says size 4, but this is a thin yarn. Like, compared to other yarns I have, let me go grab a regular acrylic yarn I have. So this is the Loops and Thread yarn. And you can kind of see like how thick that one is. And then compare it to, let me see if I can get like a little strand of this one. Those are two different like sizes. I feel like this one spun a lot tighter than this one. So I'll probably use a 3.5 on this. I definitely could make a virus shawl out of this one. I just don't know which one I want to do. I would love to do the Sis Love one again. I've been looking at that, but I think it's too warm for that right now. But also, that would be so cute with this, wouldn't it? There's so many like shawl patterns online on Redbook that I want to do, but I just don't have time because I'm building everything else up. And then now I'm back into sewing for a little bit. I have so much work ahead of me. Speaking of so much work ahead of me, the Cirrostratus top, I don't think I'm going to release that pattern anytime soon. I am too busy. I don't want to overwork myself. I don't want to overload myself. Maybe I can do it at the end of winter. That's so far away from now. But I think I should just do one a year or maybe one a quarter, because each quarter, like each season, you know, like Florida will still be warm in October. Maybe I can do it in October, but it's going to be cold for the majority of the world. I don't know, man. I'm not feeling it. So I don't think it's going to come out anytime soon. I'm still going to work on the second one and like get that one out and to show like the multiple colorways. I'm just not feeling it. So anyways, next project will be this, I think, because it's really, really cute. That's it for the neons. So I think, oh yeah, I forgot about the Herrschners. So it's not blue, which is nice. I don't think I like the texture of it. It's kind of like drying my hands out already and I'm just touching it. It's polyester, which is fine. That's what I expected, but it's not blue. I mean, it kind of has a blue tint, which I think also is fine, but it's just enough to keep me like going. This was made in Turkey, so I think it's the same company that probably made all of Joanne's brand. What was it again? Big Twist. We'll use this to finish up some stuff. I gotta work on that project for my friend that's moving to New York. Okay, I gotta work on that. I have so many projects! Oh my gosh, why do I do this to myself? It's because I'm not a workaholic. I used to be, but I'm like also always thinking of the next thing to do. It's tough, man. It's tough to be a bug. That's it for the Herrschners brands yarn. So now is all the Bernat yarns, the ones that's supposed to be very similar to Loops and Thread and the Big Twist. So the first one is this blue one. It is called Sky. I love this color. I'm starting to get really into blues lately. I don't remember what I was going to do with it, but I know I wanted to do more pastels, so that's what this is for. Then I have another pastel, which is this one called Mint. Very cute. Then I have another pastel. This one is Lilac. I love the shade of purple. This one with black, mwah, so good. Then we have a pink. This is pink. The color is called Baby Pink. Also love this color with black. Yellow, just called Yellow, which is nice because this is like a faded yellow. I don't like the normal yellow with like Crayola dandelion yellow. That's not my favorite shade of yellow. These light yellows are so pretty to me, and I think I'm going to make some stars out of this. Well, I know I'm going to make some stars out of this. I'm going to use a 3.5mm hook for these so I can do what I need to do. And then the last in the pastels is this one. I don't like the feeling of this one. This one feels like the Red Heart Saber. Ew. At least these ones feel similar to the Bernat or the Big Twist. They're not quite what I want, but this one feels icky. Probably not going to order this one again. This one's called Twinkle. I love the colorways, but yeah, this feels gross. I don't like it. Maybe it's the way it's spun. Maybe it's spun too tight for me. Maybe that's why I don't like it. It's because the way it's spun. Ugh. Begrudgingly. And then the last two, it's just going to be these black ones. This one feels like Big Twist. This one, close, but feels closer to the Twinkle one. But this one definitely feels like Big Twist. This one's just called black. So, all right, now that I've shown you everything I ordered, I'm going to put it away and maybe start getting ready for work. I don't work till 6, so honestly, I'm probably not going to start getting ready for another hour and a half. But I just need to put this away so I can like not be here. Hi, good morning. It is 12:39 p.m. on Monday. Ooh, sorry. And I have to work today. I mean, I don't have to. I didn't ask. They asked me if I wanted to come in today. They're very short-staffed, and I was like, money does sound nice. I finished all 4 panels, so that's all done. So extra small / small is done. I just gotta sew it up because it is 1, and I'm trying only to do 1 a week. I think I will go back to like sewing in the ends for, ooh, these guys. That would have been bad. I have my energy drink right here, and that would have been really crazy. So I'm probably going to sew in the ends after I finish sewing this one in. I don't know. I hate sewing in ends. I mean, I don't hate it, but it's also not super relaxing. Actually, maybe I'll do the ends first. That way I can get the photos done, and then I'll get to this, and then have this done by Thursday. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. I've been enjoying like crocheting before work, even though it is work. It's kind of getting me into the work mode. I need to turn up down the AC. It's so hot in here. I have it at 76 and trying to save electricity because we are officially in a recession. I haven't checked the numbers yet. Today was the supposed Black Monday. I don't know too much about that. I don't know anything about stock markets. I just know it's really bad. And I just know that grocery prices are about to be really, really high. I'm going to go out and buy potatoes sometime, or my husband's going to give me one, at least just one, because I don't know if I have space to grow potatoes in the yard because we have clay. I don't know if that's on purpose or not, but I'm going to try to plant a potato plant because potatoes are super easy to grow, even in the state of Florida. I don't know how it is in other states, but I know for sure potatoes are easy to grow in the state of Florida. You can even grow them in your closet. I'm going to be so honest. We've grown quite a few potatoes on accident in the pantry. So fun fact for you. So we're going to go buy potatoes soon. And what else are we going to do? I have some peppers planted. I'm going to plant some more peppers, which peppers aren't like something you eat every day, but it's good seasoning. We plan on keeping rice in our pantry. We do buy rice. Not often, but often enough. And then, you know, everybody talks about beans. I'm not going to grow beans. I just don't have the space, I don't think, to grow beans. But we'll have rice on hand, and we'll probably have some beans on hand for whenever we need the extra protein. Yeah. Hope you guys are ready to strap in, y'all. Ooh, it's going to be tough. I don't remember what got me started talking about that, but yeah, let me get this started, and then I don't think I'll finish this today, but yippee. Did I tell you guys how far I got on this? You can kind of see it in the background. Oh, it looks so cute. I'm gonna like do the little blocking stuff. Yeah, I'm done with it. So I gotta block it, use these little things while I'm cooking my ramen because I am kind of hungry. I'm not really hungry. I just know I need to eat before I go to work because if I don't eat now, then I am going to be hungry later at work, and that's not okay. Sorry, I hear one of my dogs making noises, and I don't know where they are, so.
Anyway, Beatus, I'm here to exile you, I'm sorry.
No, hold up, halt. Wait a second, listen, all you are is just an inspector, all right? You're a permit inspector.
No.
I'm the freaking judge, baby.
Wait, oh.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, wait, I have a hat. Hold on, look at my hat.
Well, yeah. Oh, you've got a hat. That's nice.
I don't have a proper blocking thing. I just have a foam block. And this is so cute. It looks so much better when I'm blocking it. It's so much bigger than I expected. Oh my goodness. I might consider making another one now because like, look how cute that is. I can't wait to start getting into parasol making. I don't think that's going to be anytime soon. I've messed up quite a bit in here. I'm not going to lie. So next time I make it, I'll perfect it. But wow, that is incredible. Hi, good morning. It is Tuesday? Yes, Tuesday. Oh, what a week. My back hurts. I'm getting old. I say this like every single week that I'm getting old, but like my husband and I had a conversation not too long ago about how like we actually feel our age finally. Mr. Apollo. So he's whining because our other dog Tika is at the vet with my husband. I know, buddy. You wish to not be at home by yourself, but you're here with Mama. I know. He's a little worrywart. Is he a little worrywart? So he's gonna hang out here with me. You wanna say hi, buddy? No. That's my little buddy. That's my little buddy. That's you. That's you, buddy. That's you. Oh, dang it. You knocked off my project. I have finished one extra small of these. Let me flip it right side out. There's dog hair all over this now. Thanks, buddy. All I will need one of my 50 million lint rollers with me when I go to a market. Ooh, I gotta cut that off real quick. Ta-da! All done. I'm not going to list these in my shop yet. I'm not ready to list them. I want to wait until I have at least a little bit more before I do so, because I want to make sure I have like a full line dropped, much like a real fashion designer does. Normally they have like a whole bunch of things that they drop at the same time. But for me, I'm working all by myself. And maybe it would have been great if I worked up a bunch of them before I dropped the pattern. But I don't want to do that either. So this is all done. Now I'm going to start working on the medium. I have a lot of work ahead of me. Oh, by the way, my best friend's birthday is in a couple weeks, and she's turning the big 30. And I missed out on this trend because I turned 30 before it really started getting popular. But there's like a death to your 30s party. She's not goth, but she's goth adjacent. I thought it would be really neat because I am a goth who happens to like baking. That's part of the pastel goth thing that I don't know, I just hop and fall out under. And I thought it'd be really nice to bake her like a cake that says death to your 40s, like a Lambeth style cake, and then do a couple of cupcakes on the side so that she can share with whoever. We're going to Aquatica for her birthday. I know it's me, her roommate Luis. They're also really good friends too, by the way. And then my husband. So I don't know who else is coming, but I'd love to have that for her because she's the best. She was supportive of me and became friends with me before I started like having a mental transformation prior to ADHD and all that. She also learned she was ADHD post our friendship starting. I don't want to call it suffering, but like honestly, she suffered through my insufferable era. Like I think I was very insufferable in growing up not knowing that I was ADHD. My dad specifically knew I was ADHD, but he didn't want to call it ADHD because it's so disappointing knowing that your parents knew that you had a disability, but didn't want you to be treated as having a disability because of the implications and wanting your child so badly to go through school the normal way and not being called names. And it was like, literally, I could have excelled in school had my parents not been so like against being neurodiverse. Back then, ADHD and autism was like they weren't really linked up yet. And like, I don't know. Anyways, that's besides the point. She suffered alongside me, knowing the worst parts of me. And I'm very, very grateful and appreciative of her for still liking me despite how unlikable I was. Yeah, we're going to make cakes. Her birthday is on Earth Day this year. It normally falls around that time, so on the 22nd. So I think it'd be really nice to make her a little Lambeth cake and a bunch of cupcakes for her birthday. This is how much yarn we have left of one skein of Big Twist. By the way, I did sew up with this. I don't know if you can kind of tell in the camera. They're two different colored blacks, but this being used as a mattress stitch, you can't really tell. All right, I will actually, no, because I did finish my one of the week. So I will take a break from that. I will probably finish up this little guy. This little guy. Maybe. I don't know. Yeah, because I still have like a week, or I'm going to maybe start on Friday or Thursday, the next one. And it's only Tuesday, so I will probably finish up one panel. That way I can show off what you need to do for the zine portion of this. Honestly, I don't know if I want to do a zine of how to do this part, but also, like, why not? So anyways, I gotta use the bathroom, and then, yeah, that was an update on that. We've got one panel done. Done. I just took some pictures of this. I forgot to do the foundation stitch picture. Well, I didn't forget. I just didn't want to at the time. So I got to do the foundation stitch photo. And then I have to do the, what's it called? I have to take a photo of when I get down to the row before the last 3 stitches. And then I just took the photo of this all together. So I didn't take a picture of these stitches, but I have another, I can still take a picture of these stitches. Y'all remember when I said that I was going to try to journal all my finished projects and all that? This little guy. So I gave up after the Frosty Forest Witch, it looks like. I don't want to do it anymore. It's nice to have it, but like, it's not what I want to do. So instead, this little book right here is a little bit too small for everything. This one, bigger by a lot. I've been struggling with writing my pattern down. It's all a bunch of scribbles in here. So I think what I want to do is like maybe transfer this over to this and give my hand a little bit of a rest. This one especially because I'm having that sensory issue. And then start doing all my note taking for patterns in here. I think that would be the most ideal thing to do. That way I don't feel like I'm not using this at all because I'm still like kind of keeping a memory of stuff. I'm just going to be starting late on it because, you know, whatever. So I'm going to write in here, watch some more Minecraft misadventures, and then, yeah, I don't really have anything else to say. Hi, good evening. It's Wednesday. It's technically Thursday at 1 in the morning. I am in the middle of making a wrist warmer or hand warmer thing. I did a lot yesterday, but I really didn't want to talk because it was our day off and we kind of want to spend time with each other. And then on top of that, it's just like, I feel like I talked too much this week. I applied for my first market. I'm not expecting to get in. To be completely honest with you, when I sent in all my photos, I'm like, I really don't have much to show. All I have are bandanas and berets. And that's one of the reasons why I'm making the little arm warmer right now, because I'm like, I need more. And this is my own pattern. I've posted it in shorts before. I should probably move it somewhere. I don't remember if I have it in like my crochet with me. I probably should. But if not, I might just do a long form version of it just because right now we're just doing the base of it and then we're going to put the chenille slim on it. Is it slim? Yeah. Do they make this anymore? I feel like they don't. And that's a shame because it's going to be what accentuates this and gives it more texture. But yeah, I think I told y'all, but I did finish 2 panels for this bodice. So I will be putting this on pause for a little bit. I don't plan on getting this done. If I don't get accepted to the market, I definitely have time to put it out for pattern testing. So we'll see. They said that they'll contact me if I get accepted, and if I don't, then just that they won't get contact with me. Like I said, I'm not expecting much, and that's why I'm like working on my portfolio a little bit more. I got a lot done this week. We were going to stop by Michael's on our way over to from home. Oh, so the reason why I'm getting on here really late is because we went to Volcano Bay this morning, and Volcano Bay is probably our favorite water park ever. And it just feels like vacation. Like it just feels like we're not in Florida and every time we go. And because it's spring, all the flowers were blooming. Like honestly, it was pretty chilly out. So we rode one ride, the Krakatoa. I think that's, or is it Krakatoa? I don't remember which is which. Like the volcano is called one and the ride is called the other. And then we did the Crazy River, which is always so much fun. Fun fact, have almost drowned in there. So don't go along the edges if you're ever at Volcano Bay. If you're and on the Crazy River, do not be along the edges. You can drown. It was terrifying. We did that, freezing the whole entire time. And then we went out to eat sushi afterwards, which is always so much fun. Our favorite thing to do is go to an all-you-can-eat place after Volcano Bay. I think I might just end the video tonight because, I mean, tomorrow's Thursday and that's when I normally edit. Do I have anything else to show y'all? So I did tell y'all about finishing one shrug for the market. And then I did tell y'all about the doily. Let me show you the doily again because it has had time to block. Look how gorgeous this is. So the plan is, okay, so I told y'all a little bit about like how I want to make a cake for my best friend's 30th birthday. Did I say it was her 30th? But it's her 30th. So because I didn't get to do the happy or death to my 20s birthday, I want to do it for her and then get her like a little cake. I'm going to put this underneath the cake. If she wants it, she can have it. If not, then I'll take it back. Because I honestly don't know what I'm going to do with it, to be honest. I just wanted to make it because I wanted to see if I could do it. And I can. It took a lot of thread, but I can do it. I can't wait to work with cotton in this. That's going to be so cute. Besides the point. I'm going to put this underneath the cake So the cake is going to go on like a little thing. Yeah, whatever. Blah, blah, blah. Talk, talk, talk. And that's going to be cute. So I got this done. The one shrug. Worked on the bodice pieces. Got a lot done with my sewing. I kind of stopped sewing after I picked up the crochet needle hook again. Oh, that's right. That reminds me. So I was on Redbook while at Volcano Bay, and like, because like what we normally do at Volcano Bay is like we kind of take a lap around. We kind of sit and enjoy being in the sun, a little bit of lizard time, you know, while reading through or looking through Redbook crochet patterns. Somebody was talking about the viral like rose blanket, because I don't know if it's only viral in China or not. Like, I haven't seen many Americans talk about it. There are patterns on Etsy for sure, but if you can read a chart, they're all over Redbook for free, so heads up. Somebody was asking if what they're charging was too much, and I did the conversion rate. Some people were charging like 90 yuan. I think that's how you say their currency. But they were charging 90, and a lot of people in the comments were like, you're basically selling it for free. You're just giving it away at that point. And the conversion was like 5 something. And a lot of people were like, oh yeah, that's the cost of material. That's like 5 skeins of yarn. So cost of material for them is like 5 something for 5 skeins of yarn, which that's insane to me. $5 equals 1 skein of loops and threads. Or I think actually this was $5. Maybe this one was more. But Herrschners is doing a sale right now. And the loops and threads is like half the size of a normal skein of yarn. Like, Michael's loops and threads, it feels great, but it is expensive. And it's one of those, like, if you don't have time to go out to the store or order in, that's why you go to Michael's. And then some people were charging 400 yuan, and that was 50 something, and they said that's perfectly fine. Like, I think it's interesting to go on different like language apps or different like countries and look at how they're pricing their art, and seeing that we're not alone in being underpriced in our arts. Anything that takes time will always be undervalued, because people are like, oh, I can just do it. And like a lot of the comments were, well, they would know why it costs so much money if they could do it themselves. And there was even comments of like, yeah, I can't charge people the price I want to charge them. And that's why I have so many crochet items at my house, because I can't sell them because nobody wants to pay the price that it's worth. And I think that's just such an interesting conversation as an American as well, to see how similar we are. And like, yeah, we're all humans. So like, we shouldn't be so shocked that we're so similar, but like, being undervalued in arts is something that we share in common. And that honestly sucks that we are undervalued. Yeah, they're only charging 50, like, what was it? 49.50 or 50? Oh, maybe it was 55. I think about this pretty often when people are like, oh yeah, they're paying paid pennies, because like one of the big issues we have in the crochet community right now is crochet is coming out of China, or Temu specifically, very, very underpriced. One of the things that their government has set up is socialism. And with that, they do have a base pay where like, if you're out of a job, you won't have to worry about being hungry. And I think that's an important part to remember when it comes to how they pay their labor wages out there. And it's not because they're treating people like slaves, but it's because it's a different kind of living. Unlike in the United States, we can't compare our country to other countries because we do not even have healthcare out here, accessible healthcare. It's such a shame that we don't, as the most richest country in the world. It's just uninteresting to think about. I'm just gonna leave it there because there's a lot of thoughts in my head, and I don't know which ones are like good thoughts or which ones are bad thoughts. And I really don't want to open too much of a discussion about it, because politics gets really like sticky. And I know I've said before that I really don't want to get into politics on here, but the crafts I do are politically based in some ways. A lot of the things I do, like the zine making, so I can make it accessible, like all my patterns accessible to everybody. Speaking of zine, okay, so yeah, I think I will make this into a zine. That's how I'm going to work this out, and I'll do like a long form version. But besides the point, zine making is punk. Like, I mean, I know punks aren't the only one that use zines. However, the zine culture is very popular in punk culture. So I don't know. I always fall under this like political realm, and I think it's because a lot of my friends and myself are being affected by everything that's going on. So obviously I have to care about it. My crafts, my hobbies are extremely affected right now. Luckily, with the yarns that I use, they're coming from Turkey, and there's a pause. This one's from China, so I'm lucky I got this now. 125% tariff. Are you fucking kidding me? I don't want to talk too much about it. I'm mad, and you should be mad too. And yeah, welcome to the United States. So, anywho, I'm going to stop talking before I get more heated, and I'm going to make a bunch of these, and then I'll see y'all probably probably Sunday, because I work Friday, Saturday, Sunday this week. I don't know if I work Sunday, to be honest. I probably do, but alright. Bye-bye!